Hi, everyone. So today I am going live with someone who I like a lot. I'm really excited. Her name is Lisa, and I'm waiting for her to get on this Insta call because today's topic is about, oh, there she is. Hi, Lisa. How illness affects your faith and how to get over the hurdles. Did you send me a quest? Yes. Go live. So we're waiting for her to get on the call, and I'm really excited because this is a topic very near to my heart. How much do you have left? 20%?
Well, 19 now, but yeah, 20%.
Okay. Well, let me know when it's on like 5, so we know we need to wrap it
I
up.
will.
So yes, I was sharing that the topic for today is how illness affects. It's working sweet. How illness affects your faith and how to get over the hurdles.
Yeah.
Would you like to give a short introduction, Lisa, on who you are, what you do? Would you like to share so people know who you are?
Yeah. I'm Lisa. Hello. I'm a book blogger, but I also have lived with chronic illness for 24 years. I have spinal damage and neck damage, and I have MS, along with other more minor illnesses, but they would be the more prominent ones. But yeah, anything else? I am a mother.
Yes, I was going to ask you, you're a mom?
I'm a mother.
You're a wife?
I'm a wife. I am.
Yes. Great.
I'm a Christian. More than everything else, I'm a Christian.
Yes, and I love that you also teach Sunday school, right?
I do. I'm a Sunday school teacher and a youth leader.
Awesome. Love it.
It's great fun. Difficult, great fun.
Why is it difficult?
The area where we live, the children, the area where the children come from, it's mostly kids coming from families of parents who are looking for babysitters. So they send the kids off so they can drink, and they come from homes that don't have stability.
Got it.
And they're coming in, a lot of them are very difficult. You need to put a lot into them, give them a lot of attention, and giving them that love, even if it's only for 2 hours a week in the youth club, is so rewarding to see them grow as people. And it's nice to be, to know that you're going to be a part of helping build who they become. Right. And it is lovely, but it is very, very difficult. Plus, we have loads of children, loads of kids. So it's nice. So it's nice. Well, like we've brought children.
Right, because you are doing beautiful work. Hopefully, some of the love and knowledge that you've shared with these kids will stay with them forever. And it can be useful for them in the future. Which once again kind of links to the topic that we're talking about, which is faith. Hopefully, you can give them some of that, so that can be an important tool for them to have in their lives. Whenever they have struggles, and hopefully they're not going to get any of the illnesses that we have.
100%.
Yes. I probably will need to share who I am. My name is Inez Campbell, and I am the founder of Purpose and Profit. It's a lifestyle brand for women with an autoimmune disease. And I like to say, I also focus on what I can do. I like to encourage people to also focus on what you still can do. If that means only getting up in the morning and take a shower, hey, what you found yourself a purpose. And that doesn't have to mean that because chronic illnesses and autoimmune diseases are different per person. Some people can only take a shower that day and they're done for the rest of the day. Some of us can run marathons. Maybe the next day they might be sick, but it differs. So I would say focus on what you can do. And
there's days that I can do is brush my teeth, but if that's all I did that day, then that's still a bonus compared to possibly the day before, the day that follows, and that's what I say to people as well. Always try and look for the good instead of on the negative.
Right. Yeah. So let's hop into this topic. The topic, how it affects your faith. Well, we already discussed a little bit about this during our video call, one-on-one call.
We did.
But I noticed that we both never really lost faith in the sense that you know how some people experience that they don't really believe in God anymore because they're going through so many struggles
Yeah.
and they don't
Yeah.
understand why God would allow that.
Yeah.
Could you share your experience with how your illness affected your faith, or maybe didn't affect it at all, that strengthened it? Maybe you could share how you're experiencing this.
It was always something that, because I have been ill from I was a child, prayer was always at the core. If there's something wrong, pray to God about it. But I think that helped strengthen my relationship with God. And then as my illness progressed, because it is a progressive illness that I have, and as my illness progressed, my relationship with God progressed. And now there are days where I'm going, why is this happening? Have I done something wrong? Am I being punished? And then I'm going, just wait and see what has caused this, regardless of what it is. Anything in life, it's always wait and see. You might know the reason now, but you'll learn in time to come, and that has helped strengthen my relationship with God as well. So what about yourself?
What you mentioned, something really important, is prayer. Yes,
prayer.
I prayer has helped me, and I pray and I meditate, and the answers that I get is it's kind of sort of like wait also, but I always get the answer very clearly, that I need to become me. I need to become me. I need to be me more. And I know what that means, because in order for me to become me more, I need to strengthen my relationship with God, because that's where all the answers are about who I am. And having to become me, I was almost forced through this illness, to really look at me more, because when you get this illness, everything slows down. Like, I can't run errands more the way I used to. I can't do all these several projects at the same time or as fast as I used to. So this slowing down has created more space for me to look at myself, and for me to strengthen my personal relationship with God. And I'm going to tell you, it's an ongoing process for me. I'm not going to say that, I graduated. No. And I probably won't graduate.
I don't think any of us ever do.
No. So yes, I have to admit there were times where I was really angry. You know how they talk about there's the 5 stages of grief. There has been a very and one of the phases is anger. My anger phase was it was pretty heavy, but that didn't mean I lost my faith in God or that I didn't believe in God anymore. I just didn't understand why. So then during that anger phase, you start asking all these why questions, which are good. Like we spoke about that during our call. Because that you're finally asking, perhaps you might not be asking the right questions yet, but you're getting there instead of just being angry. And just being angry with God.
But it's understandable that you feel that way, even if it isn't being directed at God. We're allowed to feel angry regardless of what the situation is, be it illness or loss of any sort. Even if it's a case of your car, something inanimate, loss of your ability to go about. Losing your car, like my car blew up in August, and losing the car took away a bit of independence that yes, I don't have independence to go about, but it's the same, in my opinion. It's the same, and it's how you look at it. And we all have, like, I had that car 10 years. It still hurts me that car's gone. You know what I mean? But I think I can understand where you're coming from. I do understand where you're coming from. But I didn't ask God when my car blew up. I have to admit that one.
What did you say? You didn't ask?
I didn't ask God why my car blew up. I asked why am I stranded in the middle of nowhere, but I didn't ask why.
See, that's another thing. Like, maybe through life, we also need to learn to ask the right questions. Because you can get answers, but sometimes we're not asking the right question. You know what I mean? So I'm learning that too.
Did you ever watch iRobot?
What's that?
iRobot, the film. Did you ever watch it?
I did.
Do you know the scene I'm talking about where he goes, now that is the right question?
You know the thing?
And he finds that.
I watched it a long time ago, and I watched it with kids, so I wasn't too focused. But I'm gonna have to rewatch it.
Yeah. Will Smith's character keeps asking all these whys and whats, and eventually the creator of Sunny comes out of it and goes, now that is the right question. And to me, that just, it sums up what you're saying about asking God the right questions.
That's beautiful. I'm gonna watch that movie again, because the only thing that shows up in my mind right now is that it opens. Didn't the plant come out? Life, or is that a different movie? Maybe in a different movie. I, Robot. You mean I, Robot, the movie or the cartoon?
The movie.
Oh no, I'm confused. Sorry, I was thinking about a different movie. I'm gonna look it up. Yes, thank you.
Smith. It came out in, I was living in Hong Kong, so it must have been 2003, 2004.
Yeah.
Around then.
That's the movie where he's half a robot, right?
Yeah, he has a robotic arm.
Yes, I have to rewatch that movie again. But yes, asking the right questions, absolutely.
Yeah.
The thing is, and that's another thing. That's why I actually appreciate now that I have to slow down. Is that you have time to ask the right questions.
Yeah.
Then when you have all these hectic things, you got to go to work, you got to, take care of everything and everybody, which I still do, but it's not as hectic as it used to be. I have more time to sit with myself or sit with God and ask the right questions, which is really cool.
Yeah.
It's really crucial.
There's a book. Oh, yeah, I did bring it up. I was wondering if I had brought it up there. Prayer Walk.
Yes.
And it's about Janet Holm McHenry. Janet Holm McHenry.
Okay.
And it's about, it says on the back, ask any Christian woman about her most recent New Year's resolutions, and you'll likely find that exercise regularly and pray more were at the top of her list. We all long to feel good, to look good and feel our best, to achieve actively, or to live actively and healthfully. That more that you think I'd know this. I've read the back of it half a dozen times. More than that, we desire to connect intimately with our God. Yet physical health and spiritual growth often take a back seat to the urgent demands of grocery shopping, paying bill paying, and time with family and friends and long hours at the office, which is what you were saying. But this actually, it talks about how, now I know that a lot of people with illnesses can't, but how if you're going out to go for a walk, use it as your time with God.
Right.
And, even if it's a case of you're doing your physio, use it as your time with God.
Yes.
True. And that's what I have learned from it. It's a very small wee book, but
can you show
I did
again?
learn a lot.
Can you show it again so they can? Oh, it's in mirror. Yeah, it's mirrored. Could you name the title again, or maybe I can type it in?
Hold on, I'll flip it round here and see.
Oh,
can you see it now?
Sweet. Yeah.
And then there's the Janet Holm McHenry.
Nice. Awesome.
Back. But there's a lot, even if it's not a case of going out and walking, which is the primary goal in it, but not the primary goal. Obviously, your primary goal is your relationship with God, but you know what I mean? Like, it's called prayer walk, but to take those moments when you're doing something and use it like multitasking to help build your relationship with God as well,
Right. See, what the thing is, if you can do the walking part, and I totally understand the prayer walk, because I agree that would work for me too. But there are times where you can do the walks. I actually schedule my mornings, my first 5 minutes of the day. Sometimes it's 5 o'clock in the morning, so that I know the house is quiet. Those are for me I really need to get up, sit at the table or on the couch, and those are my first 5 minutes with God. I just sit.
Yeah, your quiet time.
Yeah, I'm quiet time. Yeah, if I can do the walks. That's how I try to do it frequently. Like, it's all about that frequency.
Quiet time is very important. So they say it takes, I think it's 21 days to form a habit.
Yeah.
If you can consistently do that for 21 days, then you're getting yourself into the habit. But the problem is whenever flare-ups come along, and
Yep.
how do you deal with your relationship with God whenever flare-ups come along if you're not able to have that quiet time?
Mm-hmm.
It
True.
is.
True. And when you were giving the example of the power walk, I was also thinking, so to take that moment with God, we're in waiting rooms at the hospital quite often.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
So that could be a great time for you to just sit and, sit and be with God. Because we're in those waiting rooms often anyway, so you might as well just use
Yeah.
time to do that. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to share. So yeah, I guess just to sum it up real quick is that we both we never really had a time where we did not believe in God. I
No.
think our illness never really affected it. It has actually strengthened our relationship with God.
It strengthen it, but I think that whenever you're coming up against hurdles at
Mm-hmm.
any place, if you can have God holding your hand, God's always going to hold your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, if you hold it back, then it'll help you to get through those issues. It's kind of like the poem footprints or the story footprints in the sand.
Yeah.
When there was only one pair of footprints, they were mine.
Yes.
I think that's the way that we'll have to look at things.
You said
And oh, thank you.
yeah.
I think it's because
And you said
of all
something
the
really
books.
you said something really crucial, to hold your hand back at God. You know what I mean? People tend to forget. That's all you have to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It sounds simple, but we forget to do that.
God's hand is always outreached. You think about John 3:16. I
Mm.
remember learning whenever I was about 7, we had to do, because the way it's whosoever, it says whosoever knock or whosoever open. What, John? I don't remember.
I
It's
don't
totally
remember.
lost. John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. For whosoever believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. But it's the whosoever is a person.
Yeah.
This is the story that I learned. Whosoever was a person, and they lived in a heart house. And
Oh.
we made a little flip book of a heart. And when God wrapped the door, then you could open the door, and you were letting God into your heart. It was
Oh.
whosoever's heart house.
Oh, that's
So by opening that door, you're bringing God into your life, and that's the thing. You have to open the door. You have to reach your hand back. God's always there. He's just waiting on you to answer the call. Regardless of whether you're already walking with him.
right.
Even if it is only a few steps behind, and he's leading the way for you. It's just. I think a relationship with God's a beautiful thing.
It is. It is. That's really, I really will, because I know you probably want to share one more thing, I think, but this is a nice ending to this live, what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
Really. I love it. I know you wanted to share one more thing. You wanted to read something to me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You're like spitting all these things, and I'm like breathless. My breath's taken away. I'm like, thank you for all these reminders, Lisa. Yes.
But I'm a Sunday school teacher. I think it's because I'm used to working with youth and talking about these things is why it comes so fluid to me,
Yeah.
and I don't know. It's called Broken Dreams. It's a wee poem called Broken Dreams by Loretta P. Burns.
Mm-hmm.
As children bring their broken toys with tears for us to mend, I brought my broken dreams to God because he was my friend. But then instead of leaving him in peace to work alone, I hung around and tried to help with ways that were my own. At last I snatched them back and cried, How could you be so slow? My child, he said, you never did let go.
Oh. Yes, Lisa. Oh.
That was actually sent to me during my last relapse.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, I was having an awful lot of cognitive function issues, and I couldn't understand really what was going on. Like I couldn't even count. That's how bad it was. I couldn't count. It only lasted for a couple of months, thankfully, but I came from one relapse that affected my whole left side, of left side paralysis, to cognitive function going. And I remember saying to somebody, why does this keep happening? And it was just plain and simple, why does this keep happening?
The why questions, yeah.
So it's probably that, and why am I in so much pain? And then I have to remind myself that I will learn from this.
Mm.
And things like growing as a family, strengthening as a person.
Mm.
You know, like we've talked briefly about me being a survivor of domestic abuse.
Yes.
And my daughter has said to me before, like, do you not hate him? And I go, no.
Mm.
You wake up every day in pain because of him. And I'm going, I feel sorry for him, and I'm glad for the pain that I have, because it has taught me to be a stronger person.
Yes.
Going through what I went through with him has taught me to be a stronger person. And being with God is, okay, I'm not equating him to God in any way, but you know what I mean? Like,
I
if you
know what you
take
mean.
God and what God teaches us,
Yes.
it's everything. You have to wait on that answer and what's going to
Right.
strengthen. And if it strengthens our bond with God,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion, it doesn't matter how bad it is. Think of Job.
Yeah. See, girl, I think you just taught us a Sunday class today, and I really appreciate it. I really do, Lisa. And I hope to see you on here again. I do. Because
Anytime.
you're sharing gems. I love it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
All right, love. I'm going to end this Insta Live. You will probably have to
Yep.
watch the replay again to get all the titles and quotes that she's been sharing, that Lisa shared with us. I'm going to watch it again and make some notes. I really appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good
Bye.
night, love. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye. Bye.